Let's see. Better show me some that makes me hyped. Really?
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us today, and welcome to Bethesda Game Studios. You know, we've been so lucky over the decades to make the kind of games that we love here, and that's thanks to all of you. From the Elder Scrolls to Fallout, we love creating these worlds and playing in them just as much as you do. And throughout all that time, we'd often talk about and dream up the space game. What if we could take that feeling of being who you want to be and exploring a new world, but set it in space, where you weren't really limited in where you could go or what you could do. And that is Starfield. Obviously, we've come a long way since then with the games we've built, our technology, and all of us here in the studio. We've done so much together, but, well, we've never tried to make a game like this. Today, you'll get to hear from many on the team and see so much of what we think makes our game special. So let's jump in and take a look. Starfield is our first new universe in over 25 years, but it's still a Bethesda RPG through and through.
Lately,
you step into a new world and you get that feeling of unlimited possibilities.
Like 6 or 7
but
years
this time,
ago,
it's not just
one
world.
A little bit more faith in you.
It's over 1,000
Yeah, I want to
worlds.
see you walking around
because the choice of where to go is not ours. It's yours.
Kinda.
And it wasn't until now that we had the technology to create it.
Do we though?
From the rocks at your feet to the mountains in the distance.
Find out.
To the people and creatures that live in these worlds.
Oh, is that?
That isn't just a backdrop. That moon is actually there orbiting the planet. Yes, you can visit it too.
I guess that's
realistically
possible,
simulate the galaxy
not
around
in one whole thing, you know.
Our next generation lighting model uses real-time global illumination to light the world based on the type of star and the makeup of the planet's atmosphere.
Oh, it's kind of cool. I'll give them that.
We also have an all-new animation system. And of course,
here we go.
You can play it in third person, and you can play it in first person. We love exploration and rewarding it, but you do explore differently in this game, given its scale. That usually involves exploring an area you've landed in. You can collect resources, do a mission, and maybe even stumble upon something unexpected.
Resource hunting and farming guy, so is that required?
We do love stuff and all of the items allowing you to pick everything up. And you can view all that in your data menu. This is the hub for everything you're doing, from your skills to your ship, your missions, and your inventory. We love to pack a ton of detail in every object. From all of your weapons to spacesuits.
A lot of numbers.
We just obsess over the details. And food. We obsess over food. When you're done exploring, you can walk back or fast travel to your ship. We have companions and crew you can take with you. I left Vasco here back at my ship.
Welcome back, Captain Howard.
And he can even say your name. Let's head out.
This looks a little... Yeah.
Our mission was to convey the wonder and majesty of space exploration, to evoke the romance of the golden age of early spaceflight.
Let's see how well you guys did.
And we've been referring to this approach as NASA Punk. This means a design language where the tech is advanced, yet still looks grounded and relatable.
For us, it's that contrast. That's where the visual interest is. Obviously, the NASA, which is the rigid, hard function over style.
NASA?
And then Punk, which is all about style.
The company?
You can see that visual style coming through in your ship.
You know?
Your ship is your home for you and your crew. And like many of the spaces in our game, it has a slightly retro and analog touch.
I do like the look of
rather
it,
than sci-fi, where everything is well used, worn, and lived in.
Alrighty, what's the plan,
that kind
Captain?
Of white and sterile, NASA-like vibe.
This is your star map.
Rocket.
It starts with the planet you're currently on. You can see all of its info and resources. You can choose a landing spot or fast travel to known locations. Backing out further, you can view all the planets in the system. Obviously, the game is big, and it's here you can see planets that have key locations, missions, or life on them, versus the many planets that are barren but resource-heavy. Zoom out even further to see all the systems in this part of the galaxy. Here, you can plot a course to ones that are light years away. This uses your ship's grav drive to fold space and jump to these systems. And you will need to upgrade your ship and skills if you want to jump to the most distant ones.
All right,
but for
now,
that. We'll plot a course to the Alpha Centauri system where we can find the city of New Atlantis.
At least they incorporate some of this stuff in-game. Pretty good.
Welcome to UC Space. Maintain your current course while we scan your ship's cargo.
Transitioned a lot better than fucking Survivor did when I was playing it.
Scan complete. You are cleared for landing at New Atlantis.
Okay, well, show me into. Oh well, there's no dust. There we go.
As soon as you land in a city like New Atlantis, your eyes are guided upwards to just these boundless, vast buildings.
Man, I would kind of like to see something else outside of...
not just in size, but also in the amount of custom art.
That makes me feel like it's going to be the biggest city in the game, period.
So the main focus when we're designing a city is obviously what supports the story. We try and tell as many small stories as possible.
This is a Colony War memorial.
It's a few moments of gameplay that make the space feel like it's full of real characters that are going about their day-to-day lives.
It's paralyzing if you really stop and think about it.
Buddy, it's coffee.
It's also where your adventure with Constellation begins.
I was kind of hoping to see other cities.
Welcome to Constellation.
Something else.
We have a lot to talk about.
By the time you meet them, Constellation is sort of seen as this mythical group. Most people don't even know they exist anymore. They're the last true explorers in the galaxy, and they're trying to find the answers to some of humanity's biggest questions.
The artifacts are so different, so alien, and I'm certain one of them reached out and spoke to you. The artifact, if you could place it on the table here.
Oh my God. Look at how it's coming together.
That means there's a set built by an intelligence outside the settled systems.
It's definitely an eclectic cast of characters. You've got Sarah Morgan, the ex-soldier and adventurer, now Constellation's leader. Mateo, the theologian who believes that there's definitely something else out there. Noel, the gifted scientist and Sarah Morgan's protege. And Walter, a very successful businessman in the settled systems and Constellation's financier.
Anything goes as long as you have the money.
There's also Vlad, the ex-pirate, Sam Coe, the former space cowboy, and Barrett.
You know what I hate about these pirates? Completely resistant to my otherwise irresistible charm.
The journey you take with Constellation is just the first of many you'll embark on. The Settled Systems is home to all kinds of different stories, people, and adventures for you to uncover.
That was one ugly sloth. Oh, fuck. Alright. I'm in.
The United Colonies is where you'll find
Holy
New
shit.
Atlantis,
Yeah,
the
we've
first
seen enough
major
Atlantis.
human settlement
Thank you.
in space.
You have nothing else.
The people
you
who
show
live
us.
here value law, discipline, and the legacy of humanity. They consider themselves the true children of Earth.
You ever think of joining up with the Vanguard? Help the United Colonies, even get your UC citizenship?
New Atlantis isn't the only city within the United Colonies. The city of Cydonia on Mars to this day serves as the largest mining facility for the United Colonies. Beyond the United Colonies' reach, you might find yourself in a much more wild and independent coalition of star systems.
Thank God, show us somewhere else.
This is
Any
Freestar
other
Collective
cities to
Space.
this game. There we go.
The capital of the Freestar Collective
There we
is
go.
Aquila
Thank
City.
you. Had me worried
The
there for a
Stone
minute
Inn
because
is an Aquila City fixture.
A ranger relies on judgment and intuition to do what's best for the people.
Neon started out as a fishing platform, but is now known throughout the Settled Systems as a pleasure city, where almost anything goes.
If you've got morality issues, this definitely isn't the job for you.
Looks a lot like Night City, does it not?
Ryujin is hiring the best and brightest of today for our future tomorrow.
OJ needs to dress up in one of those for the
Everyone's been
angry
chewed up
review.
and ground up by Neon. Try not to get yourself killed, all right?
Outside the bounds of civilized space, there are still plenty of unclaimed systems to explore, but these areas are also home to the most hostile factions in the galaxy.
Ooh, so that's where I want to be.
Serpent hungers. All heathens shall be made dust in time.
A new face. Is this the face of a brave runner here to challenge the Red Mile?
They think the galaxy is theirs. They are wrong. It belongs to the Crimson Fleet. It always has.
In Starfield, we're pushing our cities and settlements further than we ever have before. It's all there.
All right, well,
waiting for you.
Gotta be honest, I'm not really
A slice of
excited for
humanity's
this game.
future.
I'm in. They got me on board.
So, ready to get out there?
Kind of reminds me a lot of the Outer Wilds. But
Throughout
yeah.
the galaxy, there are
You can
so
also
many
see
things
the
to see
the
and
Bethesda,
stories to experience.
My bad. Fucking not Bethesda.
But the most important story is the one that you tell.
Oh,
I'm the type
Fallout.
of person
The
who spends
Fallout
hours in
influence on
character
it.
creation. And I think people are going to be really excited when they see all of the improvements we've
Full-on
made.
character customization.
One
for
of the
your
biggest
character.
overhauls was done through our character generation system. We scanned a wide range of faces from different age groups and ethnicities. And by
Nice.
mixing and matching all that data, we were able to create highly detailed and diverse characters.
We use that exact system
See if
to
it
create
works.
all the characters and
Pretty
NPCs
sure
you're
they
going to
said
see in
the
the
same thing
game.
about
So any
Andromeda,
character you
too.
see almost always is a character you could make yourself.
Hey, come on, come on. Okay, take it easy. You were out cold. No physical damage. Mentally, the jury's still out. You know who you are? New recruit for Argos Extractors? Ring any bells? Any of this look familiar?
You start your character creation journey as though you're cycling through employee records. You'll pick from a lineup of 40 presets, and that'll be your starting point.
Don't know if that's
Your
always
journey
the
from
best
there
way
can
to
be
go.
as detailed or as quick as you want it to be. This new system has more to offer than ever before.
It's
They can
also
also
the
make
simplest
a
character
complete
generation system we've ever
monstrosity.
had. We let the
We
player
all
get as
know if
close
you've
as
been
possible
playing
to
games
make
like this
whatever
long
they want.
enough, no matter
With
how hard
the
you
various
try,
facial morphs you can blend
they
together.
never come out looking
the
human.
dermaesthetic and makeup, blemishes,
Unless you're like
scars,
one of these
piercings,
peoples
teeth
that
settings. It's a lot.
have spent
But I think it's the most fun to
years,
use.
Years.
Character creation is
creating
more than just how
characters
you
like
look.
this.
This is also where you start to decide who
Know
you
how all
want to
these
be.
sliders
That's where
work.
backgrounds come in. Backgrounds give you a bit of backstory and start you out with 3 basic skills.
Elder Scrolls.
From chef to dusty. You know, the crew still has a betting pool about which restaurant critic you must have crossed to wind up here.
What's great about backgrounds is you never know when yours is going to come in handy. You could be in the middle of a fancy restaurant talking to some guy, and suddenly you learn he needs a beast hunter to help track down a monster.
Fine. I probably should stick to professionals anyway, given what happened the last time.
You get and
We're
whatnot.
also giving
like
you the
that.
option to customize your build even further by letting you pick up to 3 traits. Traits are completely optional, and they come with their own advantages and disadvantages.
Yep.
You could choose to meet your biggest fan.
Vectera, by Vectera, by Vectera! Is it really, really you?
He'll join your crew and he'll give you gifts if you're willing to put up with his constant commentary.
I can't believe I get to stand near you.
So not
breathing
taking that
the
one.
same air. I've got to have every molecule.
My favorite trait is kid stuff. You have to pay some credits to support your parents, but they're very sweet and it's really fun to go visit them.
Honey, we got ourselves a visitor.
Oh my God!
I came across some hostile zealots in space.
Why?
But because I had chosen a trait that made me the same religion as them, I was able to get by without any issues.
There's another great one that gives you a damage buff when your health is low, but mercenaries will randomly show up and try to kill you. No matter what you choose, there will be plenty of ways for you to tell your story. And if you want to remove a trait, there are ways to do that too.
What a view! It's a feast for the eyes. Off we go to another adventure.
Well,
we'll let you discover that on your own.
Maybe I do want the adoring fan one. Is there any kind of super kick option? Can I throw him out an airlock?
Once you've built the perfect character, that's when your journey can really begin. We took what we loved about skills and perks from our previous games and put them together to create an all-new skill system. Each time you level up, you get a skill point, which can be used to unlock or rank up skills.
Fairly standard. Like you got
Ranks
different
are
trees.
unlocked by completing challenges associated with that skill. Challenges become increasingly difficult as you work your way to higher ranks. With our 5 different skill trees and 4 ranks per skill, there's a lot to choose from.
I like the Xenosociology skill because it lets you mind control aliens.
Okay, now I'm seeing some cyberpunk in here.
I'm everywhere.
Jetpack, you mean?
I like maxing out my physical tree so I can get neuro strikes and just punch my way through combat.
That one's a lot of fun. That's what I want. That's what I was talking about.
Invest in the skills that suit your playstyle.
I'm very much a stealth player, so I'm out there pickpocketing everyone. My favorite part about being stealthy is slowly creeping through vents like you're in a movie and then jumping out and springing on people.
Whenever possible, I like to talk my way through situations.
This area's off limits.
Nerd.
Fine, I'll issue you an access card.
I'm more of a run and gun player.
That's what I'm talking about.
I like doing the death from
He
above
gets
thing
it.
where I boost pack over guys and I throw landmines at them.
Take him down!
I like blowing stuff up. Exploration is a key aspect of all our games. In Starfield, there are full star systems with new life, resources, and adventures. Our team worked hard to strike a balance between fun and realism. We studied data from NASA and a multitude of other sources to help us make the world feel
some dust coming off the
believable.
footprints there.
From the way we approached planetary atmospheres to the way we placed biomes based on the
Oh, and
planet's
they did
distance
work
from
with
the sun.
NASA, they claim.
Once we had created a grounded world, we could start looking at
See
all
how-
the things that make that world fun.
And how much they were involved.
When
is
you leave a
debatable,
planet and head
probably.
into space, you'll be navigating asteroid fields, having chance meetings with interesting strangers, dogfighting in space,
Yeah, that's
and
what I'm
exploring
interested in.
derelict ships.
It's all gonna work on day one, smoothly, correctly.
It's all out there. Ultimately, it's about rewarding your curiosity, because whether it's on the surface of a planet, the alleys of a city, or the vastness of space, you never know what you'll find.
Space exploration is possible thanks to your ship. Your ship is almost like having another character or home you can make all your own. I think you'll be blown away by the amount of stuff you can do. You can buy a ship.
I'm sure you can find something you like.
Customize and upgrade that ship.
Nice.
And hire a crew to keep it up and running. And it all starts in spaceports. Every spaceport has a ship technician where you can purchase, sell, and modify ships.
Anything I can help you with?
Maybe you start off with a speedy fighter that's perfect for bounty hunting. Then you might round out your ship roster with a hulking space freighter to run cargo missions, or even do a little smuggling. For now, though, we're going to take our starting ship, the Frontier, and make some changes. You can customize and upgrade everything you see here. And you have two ways to do that. You can quickly upgrade individual systems like your weapons or shields, or you can deep dive and enter the shipbuilder mode. Here you can change anything from the systems to the look and layout. Adding a new habitat module can give you more room for crew. Adding cowling can change your ship's overall silhouette. An improved grav drive allows for longer distance space jumps. You can even fully customize your paint job to get the exact look you want.
Damn.
The parts you choose to build with don't just affect your ship's stats. They'll also affect what you can do inside your ship.
Really gonna
You
be
can have
worth
modules
the
for crafting,
years and years of waiting.
Or for storing and displaying your weapons.
And hype.
Starfield's in-game ship manufacturers
up
bring
that's
their
been
own
going
look
on
and feel to
on
every
Bethesda.
piece of your ship. From living quarters to cargo holds, mess halls, and control rooms. Our modified Frontier is a practical ship, but with a little creativity, your ship can look like almost anything you want.
It's a bit odd, but one of my favorite ways of customizing ships is I make them look like animals. The HMS Platypus, as I called it, where it had like a giant tail to it. And we've done spiders, we've done mechs.
Nice.
So it's really whatever your imagination is.
Zelda did it
And while you
first.
can build your home among the stars the way you want to, you're probably not the only person who will call your ship home.
Ready to lift off when you are, Captain.
Engines ready. A whole crew to your ship.
Frontier is fueled and ready, Captain.
Some of the members of Constellation can join you on your journey. These companions can serve on your crew, and they'll always be there when you travel.
We'll be traveling together until we either find an artifact or this lead runs dry.
Each companion comes with their own valuable skills for your ships and outposts, as well as unique quest lines.
Why does it look
Eventually,
like they're
some
playing
friendships
as
might
Bear?
blossom into romance.
I don't know that I've ever really loved anyone except you.
And if you're looking for a little extra help on your ship, you can always hire additional crew at spaceports.
Got any room on your ship for someone like me?
Like mercenaries?
You'll also meet potential crew members out in the world.
Still think there might be a spot for me on your ship? I gotta get off this rock.
Assign crew to your ship or outposts, and their unique skills will affect how they run. And just like companions, most crew members can lend a hand in the field. Take Bosco, for instance.
He's designed around the core basics of a NASA machine.
Please avoid getting shot. You might die.
I still wanted to give it almost a humanoid personality, so I elongated the limbs. This tends to make him feel more human-like and give him a little personality.
It is a shame exploration requires so much bloodshed.
Using the shipbuilding tools and crew selection features in Starfield, you'll be able to build and captain the ship of your dreams. And now, let's take to the sky.
Game really better deliver with them dedicating the whole end of their showcase to Starfield. Nah, man, this shit
We're putting
is
you
gonna
in the
hurt.
cockpit of your very own spaceship and telling you that you can do pretty much anything. And that is really cool for us as developers. Spaceflight should be exciting and dangerous, and you should feel like you're in complete control every step of the way. We've extended that sense of control to ship combat. It's not about just hitting your triggers to fire your weapons. It's a complex dance between your piloting skills and our power allocation system. Boosting power to your engines will make your ship faster. Powering up the grav drives will shorten the amount of time it takes before you can make a jump. And moving your power to your weapons and shields means you're ready for a fight.
Jeez. How are we gonna do all this on Xbox?
You should always be on your toes because you're not alone out there.
I really wish I had a better PC to play this on.
Unlocking the targeting control system skill will allow you to zero in on specific subsystems of the ship you target. After destroying an enemy ship, you can loot the remains from your cockpit. You can always turn any ship that engages you into scrap. But you can also take a more personal approach by docking with the enemy vessel and boarding their ship.
Really? Take their ship? Well, I gotta be honest, this is really advanced. Able to
Once you've
dock
taken
other
control
ships.
of an enemy ship, it's yours. Add it to
I'm
your
just
fleet
joking
and retrieve
around.
it at any spaceport.
Nice.
But
gank
space
other
is
people's
way
ships.
more than fighting for your life. Just like when you're planetside, there are plenty of sights to see and stops to make on the way to your next adventure. Like these massive star yards. Walk the halls, talk to the crew, maybe get talked into buying a whole new ship.
A civilian in my star yard. Let's see about getting you a proper ship, one worthy of you.
Maybe you'll dock with a gigantic battleship, like the UC Vigilance.
You can take over to like
Or rub
other
elbows
friendly
with the
ships?
galaxy's wealthy elite
Yeah, like
on a
those?
cruise ship fit for the stars.
That, can I just take that over? Go in
There
there
are
and
plenty of
start
personal
killing
encounters to
everybody?
be had as well. You can hail any ship
Where are
you
the
come across
limits?
to trade, swap info, or maybe even commit an act of piracy.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
When I'm playing, I generally go crazy. I definitely go like the more piracy routes. I want to take over ships. I'm going to board ships. I'm like, this is now mine. I steal all these sandwiches and put them, you know, in my cargo hold that I have specifically for sandwiches. I don't want to play the hero, but I want to go out and just start taking things from people as quickly as possible.
I want to get that lady a
Some
therapist.
strangers might be looking for a little human connection in the darkness of space.
Might have some
Hello,
real
stranger.
repressed issues.
I just finished cooking up some food. If you want to come on over, just pop on by.
Some of the best moments are the ones you discover on your own. The thing I love most about Starfield is that it is a Bethesda game through and through. It's really about going to strange new places, meeting interesting people, and getting sidetracked on zany adventures. Then realizing 2 hours later that you're involved in a completely new story.
You're human. We thought we were the only ones to leave Earth.
That DNA is so present here. It's in our random encounters, it's in our handcrafted quests, and it feels so cool to play it and just make your own path in this universe. There are over 1,000 planets out there, just waiting for you to visit.
But what is there to do?
We want you to feel like explorers.
Some of them don't have a lot to do.
Breaking ground on new planets, exploring every inch of a mostly
I feel
untouched
like
galaxy.
a lot of this wreck show proved me wrong about
We want you to
a
feel
lot
the
of the
sense
stuff
of
I was
awe
worried
and
about.
wonder. And sometimes a little fear. We're giving you a massive playground and a ton of toys, and just setting you free.
Got the Capcom showcase coming up soon too.
It's completely up to you how you want to interact with each planet. Whether you want to explore and see what you can find, harvest resources and be on your way, or simply take in the views. With the help of your scanner, you'll chart the uncharted and discover exotic wildlife.
If you have the skills, you can even figure out that certain creatures and plants, you can build an outpost and produce resources from those plants and animals. You can get experience and rewards for fully surveying planets and fully surveying a whole system.
When we were concepting these creatures, we really wanted to think of them as natural to the environment. We didn't want alien monsters, we wanted native wildlife. Something you've never seen before.
When it comes to our exteriors, when the sun moves, all that light is calculated in real time through the atmosphere. Our biggest goal for lighting with Starfield was to make the game feel more filmic, to use lighting and color to really make it feel more cinematic.
After some exploring, you can find a spot to set up a base camp. Outposts can be built almost anywhere on any planet. And the habitat modules come in all shapes and sizes, filling all different purposes. You can even live in them. Assign crew and companions to work at your outposts for added bonuses and set up extractors to harvest resources while you're away.
Something cool we have this time is we have a new fly cam where you can toggle between on-foot building, or you can now use a top-down isometric camera, which helps plan out larger parts of the outpost and placing those larger halves. So that way you can really plan your structures and what the overall feel of your outpost is. And then when you're on your feet, you can really decorate and fine-tune things much easier.
Add crafting and research stations in your outpost to utilize any resources you find or already have.
Mod your weapons to adapt them to your playstyle. Different weapon sights and scopes, larger magazines, a selection of grips and barrels, different ammunition like explosive rounds. All you stealth players out there will surely need a suppressor.
Guns look good. I like the futuristic look to them.
You can also choose to go hands-on with melee weapons.
I think it's always a delicate balance between like what's realistic, what's sim, and what's Hollywood. And I think we sort of err on the side of like what's fun for the player.
Mixture of both, maybe? I don't know. That's different for each player.
We completely overhauled our combat. It's more dynamic. The animations are more fluid.
Dang it, I gotta open up my chat box.
It just feels great.
We probably have more mods and more weapons in this game than I want to say any other game we've done before. There's a lot of variety.
Upgraded gear is just one of the many factors to pay attention to when engaging in combat. You may need to switch things up based on your environment. Gravity is different for each planet, and boost packs are excellent for getting around. And for giving you an edge in combat. Sometimes you'll even feel like you're flying.
Almost made it all the way through, but I think we get the logistics or the gist of it.
Zero gravity
We'll check it out
environments
when
pose
I,
a different
do
challenge.
want to
Firing
check
a ballistic weapon in zero G will actually push you backwards.
There a release date? Any type of release date? No, maybe not. So let me know in the comments.